Hi, this is Hans. Hope all is well. Just wanted to show you one that I found on April 12th, 2016 over in Sylmar, California. I think it was around 6 o'clock when I saw this one. This one I noticed had a distinct divide, or what I call a crack. I'm hoping you could see this. This is not an optical illusion. There are two distinct portions to this object, at least on this side. I suspect that both sides are this way, although we might not be able to see it. So definitely two distinct halves. Another thing that that's going to be shown here in just a moment is a side view, and you could see that in the side view that there's definitely almost like three distinct features here, elongated characteristics. You could see clearly that one of the extensions is longer than the other, which is kind of interesting. And it looks like there was like three altogether. But here's a live shot. Took a little while for me to capture it. It was pretty far away. I suspect it was probably about maybe 3/4 of a mile to a mile up there. But let's see. I don't have that much footage of it, only because I tried to switch from my V520 to my telescope. Of course, when I switched over, I ended up losing it. So anyway, I wanted to make sure that I had enough footage with my V520 before I possibly could lose it, transferring over onto the telescope. So anyway, it looks like almost like this one. The appendages coming off this thing were relatively even. Although when it does move off to its side, it almost seems like one of the appendages grows. So fascinating. It's just a fascinating structure here. So let's see. I called on this one, and this one showed up about 20 minutes later. I was sitting down, and what really stood out to me when I first saw it was just the fact that it was blue. Let's see, in just a little bit here, we're going to see it with the divide, as it was. It was. I don't know if it was separating, but it was definitely a couple of. There seemed to be definitely a separation between the two sides there, and each side was holding an appendage. Pretty good job on the stabilization. Here's the side view with the one appendage a little bit longer than the other, and it looks like I said, it looks like one of the appendages were almost like elongated red. So that was a very, very good shot just a second ago. So anyway, this is all I pretty much stabilized. I took some photos of this structure. This one is definitely a fascinating object. The fact that it showed up 20 minutes after I called, you can clearly see the division between the two sides. And with the side view, you were able to see three appendages with one longer than the other. This one seemed like it was morphing. You cannot deny what you're seeing. You cannot ignore this part of the footage. You cannot imagine you did not see this because it's reality. To ignore something like this is denial. In the last few pictures, it almost looks like the appendages are coming out of a shell. Like the appendages are attached directly to the roundish type of structure. It almost looks like legs coming out of a turtle shell.